podcast, guys.
What's up?
Sounds smooth as butter.
Oh, yeah. And we can day out.
Saw, dude.
We can change up.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Paging. Clean up on aisle 2. And if anybody wants to, we can cut stuff out.
I don't know. That's a robot.
This is a monster. That is.
I don't know what that one is. So
Nightmare fuel.
yeah, a nightmare. So you did the hard part. You did the workout.
Oh yeah.
That was the best part.
Yeah. Should we? Should we dive into some of this tasty concoction? The stuff that looks like an egg on top. That's ghee butter.
Ghee butter.
Mm-hmm. And then you got organic ghee butter, and you got organic coconut milk right here from Safeway. You got Safeway organic coffee, and I put a bunch of coconut milk already in there, but it's hot. You should try it though. See what you think.
Let's give it a try.
Woo, that is hot.
Man. I have more teacups, but using them I put some plants in them, so.
Prefer a jar anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of cooler. I have this cup as well, but thank you, Jose, for making time out of your busy schedule to come on. Shilo as well. I met Shilo just yesterday in the pool, and man, he crushed it.
You got down in there, huh?
I was curious. I seen that dude with dumbbells come into the area. I was like, what's going on here? Let me find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first seen him. He's like, come give it a try. Let's do it.
You guys did dang good there today. And the first time that I met you, I saw that hat, and I was like, man, tell me how to pronounce it.
Alter Hustle.
Alter Hustle. That's where. What is Alter Hustle?
Alter Hustle is just a gym brand I started after I started my journey in being in the gym to lose some weight. So I was about 325 pounds, and I seen a lot of gym brand clothing going around, but I just seen the average that everybody was getting the same thing, you know. So I'm trying to get something out there to be different and something that grown off of me, you know, because I wasn't always a gym guy. I was always a bigger guy. I like to eat, party, chill. But now I like to gym and lift weights and see what I can do, you know?
Heck yeah. Well, you're doing dang good. How much are you down now?
I think I'm about down 100 pounds. I was 325 when I started, and now I'm weighing 238. It fluctuates though, but I think it's from my muscle gain and stuff, but I'm for sure losing fat-wise, so.
You look good. Even from when I first met you, you seem like you're down quite a bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Shiloh, how do we get ripped like you?
Be broken, not eat food.
That's the secret.
Nah, not really. I mean, like, honestly, I do eat a bunch of junk food, but I do a lot too. And then, like, I've done concrete for the last 10 years. So my old schedule before I come out here is I get up at 4 in the morning. I do my, like, cardio type stuff. I'm a lot of jump rope. I'm big on the jump rope. And then I go to work, and, like, in South Carolina, it was super hot, so I'd be sweating all the time. And, like, you're pouring concrete. It's physical activity. I'd get off from there, and then I'd go to the gym after that and then do my calisthenics. And then I would eat after all of that. And then, I don't know, it's kept me pretty lean.
Yeah.
Well, I've been on a small guy forever, though, so, like, I don't know.
You're strong in the water, though.
Try to be. That river, man, that river will get you right.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think of the workout, the Jeff Effect workout?
Oh, I love it. It's a rush for your mind and your body, but once you get over that rush, you feel stronger with yourself, and you know what's going down. It's just building you to be a stronger person.
Heck yeah.
I feel like I punched a shark in the face after that. Yeah. That was a good workout. That was fun. It got me all hyped and stuff, feeling all badass.
It felt good. You guys did great. You guys were doing amazing in there. I was so surprised, especially, I mean, the stuff that Shilo did today, going like on some of those when he was doing those hulks. I was like, oh man,
He's doing an extra jump compared to you. Huh?
And it takes so much more oxygen. I was just super surprised, and then you kind of like overcoming, you know, some of the fear of just being in the water.
Oh yeah, it's a big difference from working out outside of water and being in the water, but I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I might keep trying it and see how much better I can get at it.
You did. It was a big change from big change from the first time that you did to the second time.
Oh yeah.
One of the things about the Jeff effect, you can see that sun's up on the top. So what you're not supposed to do is you're not supposed to be wearing sunglasses. The problem with sunglasses is, and
As he puts on sunglasses.
these are my here. Try these on. These are acting glasses. You know, it's kind of like the same thing. You spray on that cologne,
Okay.
and then it's like I come to the office and I wear that cologne. So now I'm here to do business. Those are blue blockers also, so they do block like blue lights from like screens and like your computer and whatnot. But it's just a mental thing, you know. Like, hey, I put these on and then I'm ready to act.
Okay.
I spray on the cologne, I'm ready to work. So it's just kind of just one of those things. But with the Jeff effect, you're not supposed to. The sunlight is one of the biggest things. So what you're drinking right now with this ghee butter, organic ghee butter with the organic coffee and the coconut, that organic ghee, if you go out into the sun and you have some orange juice, some vitamin C, and you go out into the sun, it will have, especially when you're at higher altitudes, it will have a reaction. And that's NASA did a study on these Sherpas, and they're wondering, why are these Sherpas so dang strong? They can carry 2 to 3 times their weight on their back and go up the Himalayas, and Americans go there and hire them, and the Americans can't even make it up there. And all they eat as they're going up is ghee.
Oh, right on.
And then there's less oxygen in the atmosphere the higher the altitude. So there's more ultraviolet UV light, and there's a reaction of what happens. So when you wear sunglasses, it tricks the brain into thinking that it's night outside. And it's very dangerous when you go out and you wear sunglasses and you're in the sun, because then it tells the pineal gland, hey, it's night. So it doesn't release the hormones to protect the skin. So like when you're out in the sun and you're wearing sunglasses, your skin is just getting destroyed by the sun. So if you take off your sunglasses, then the brain realizes, oh, it's sunny out, to release that hormone to take care of the skin. So that's like where we have that sun up on the top. We have the weights because, weight training, and then we have the pool. But the foundation of that is really the books. And this is like the prescribed readings from Jeff. There's quite a few different books that he has given me to read, and this is one of them that blew mind of kind of like what you feel, what you guys were talking about, like, hey, I can punch a shark. that feeling of that confidence of that, overcoming kind of those fears, and then how you feel, at the end from when you started to at the end when you're just sitting there at the bottom. Even from the first workout to your second workout, you've made so many jumps, and as you continue on, you're going to be like, holy cow. And it's what happens to your brain when you're in, on, around, or underwater. So what are some things that, with being a brand owner, I know you were a fitness model before.
One time thing.
Well, twice now, because we got you, your fitness model for Alter Hustle.
All right on.
You're a professional fitness model because you've been paid, So you bought that hat. You're paid. That means you're a professional. So one thing, it's kind of not how you sell them, it's how you tell them. So that's something that you can put in to your pocket, and you tell people, like, what do you do? Well, I'm kind of a fitness model.
I dabble here and there.
Dude, your hair is great. Your
Thanks, I
hair,
grew it myself.
the mustache, like I tried to grow my hair long once, but it just doesn't look as cool as that.
Oh yeah, he has the cool hair.
I got tired of paying for haircuts, man.
I try to get the twist right here, and I can never get it to stay. How you get that twist on the mustache?
I don't know if I can say it on camera.
You gotta say it, dude. Everybody wants the porn stash.
You gotta eat pussy. It twists up the ends, man. That's what it does. That twang curls it for you.
Like, some people use like beeswax and stuff and put it in there.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I have no idea. It just started like
Just
kind of
curls?
doing it on its own, but I think it's because I have curly hair.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's sweet. I wanted mine. I grew a mustache and stuff, but you guys have got way better facial hair than me.
I can only grow a mustache. The beard, it don't come in the same way. No. I wish, dude. I want to look like a cool Viking dude.
Beard, we wouldn't notice him anymore. Who's this guy?
Who the hell? Yeah. So what do you think when owning your own brand, what are some things that an entrepreneur has to overcome?
Well, you really got to overcome, sometimes things don't move quick, You can't force your gym brand to just move right away. you kind of got to be the voice for it, you know. You got to be the voice for your brand and push it. If you want it to go, you got to push it. And that's one thing I'm learning that I've like you when you bought my hat, I was surprised because I stopped pushing my hat, and I'm like, you know what? You need to stop being a girl and just. And I wear it, you know. I wear it to my job too. He's like, you can't wear that. You need to wear my hat. I'm like, nah. I wear my hat to work. It's my hat. You don't like it, but I work for Bless Facility Solutions, and you don't like that I wear my own gym brand, but
You know, you got to tell them this is America, buddy.
This is my hat.
Come on,
I'm gonna wear
man.
my hat. I already wear your shirt. I button it for you and everything, but I'm walking in with my hat to wherever I go. And so anybody asks, what's that hat? Salter Hustle. It's my gym brand.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
what's it for? Well, it's part of my weight loss journey and just anything to help you change anything mentally, physically.
Just coming in there like a big dick in the locker
Just
room.
coming in different, you know? You got to be different with it and express what you're trying to start, you know? And that's what I want to do is have my gym brand get out there and hopefully I can get as big as Gymshark maybe. You never know. I'm from a small town and hopefully one day I can blow up and be something like that and just be out there and find people to sponsor my brand for me, and that'd be very awesome and cool thing to get something going for my kids too.
Heck yeah. I love that. Trying to help others to be, be better and believe in themselves.
Oh yeah.
It's like an idol. It's like as soon as somebody sees that, they realize that message.
Oh yeah, I hope so. We'll see. I try to inspire people to be different and get in the gym, and you don't got to do it just to be fit. You can do it to help you mentally and everything, and you get better at your jobs. The way you are with your woman, your kids, your brother, your sister, anybody. It helps you talk a lot with everybody because I was never able to talk and do things like this, and this is awesome doing things that I'm never used to, and this is all I'm going to keep pushing for.
I love that.
Right
I love
on.
that. I think we should really get Shilo doing some modeling stuff,
Oh
man.
yeah, we should get him on.
Maybe. I'll try it. I'll do whatever, bro. As long as I got to keep my clothes on.
Keep it close.
I'll be getting gamer shot now.
He said camera shot.
I think you should. And the fact is that you've already taken the biggest step. Most people don't take that step. And it's like, how many company hats are you going to sell if you don't have any company hats?
Yeah.
There's a law of possibility, which means then once there's a possibility and you open it up, now there's a probability. So it's like, if you don't sell your stuff online, you ask somebody, hey, how many hats are you going to sell online? Well, I don't have a place to sell online. So that means there's a law of possibility. That means there's zero possibility that you can turn a profit selling stuff online. Once you open it up and you post your stuff online, now there is a probability. So there's a chance. So it's like, it's pretty crazy. Like most fighters, when you go to fight, most people don't realize that, every puncher has a chance. So the only time you're going to lose is if you stand there. But if you swing, you might connect and you might win. So if you take that step, like that's the biggest thing, is just having that confidence and belief in yourself. I love what you said about being able to help others and talk to them. Biggest thing is, as an EMT, they teach you that you got to help yourself before you can help anybody else. So like you show up to a scene and people are screaming, there's blood and stuff, but you're like, there's a down power line. I can't go, because if I go and rush in there like a hero, I'm going to get shocked and die. And then somebody else is going to have to come over here and save me and stuff. So you got to take care of yourself. There's a very interesting Aristotle, asked Alexander the Great. He said, hey, what's the number one virtue of a soldier? And Alexander was 13. He said, courage. And Aristotle said, no, it's not. And he goes, well, why not? He goes, if you have too much courage, you'll run out ahead of everybody else and you get killed. But Alexander says, well, the opposite of that, is being a coward. Well, that's the other end of the spectrum. If you're a coward, you stay by the ships, and now you deserve to be killed. So he taught him that the number one virtue of a soldier is balance, is finding that equilibrium. So that's what I kind of love about that water. It puts everything into perspective. You leave all your problems on the edge of the pool, and then you jump in the water.
Yeah, you're not thinking about a fucking bad day when you got that weight on your chest and you're laying on the bottom of the pool. That is the only thing you're thinking about. It takes everything else out of perspective.
You're just looking at the top, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'm going to make it to that air, but I got like 4 more seconds. I don't hold as long as you two, but I feel that fear, and I'm like, oh shoot, get up there, get some air.
You did.
But
what
yeah.
are you chewing on there, bud? Let's
Straight cancer, some cougar. Cougar wintergreen. Yeah, it's the same people that make grizzly, but this is for like broke people like me. It's way cheaper.
So it's let's do a little commercial, right? if you ain't chewing cougar,
You gonna get chewed by a cougar?
yeah, you can get chewed by a cougar. It's less expensive. It's not cheap. It's less expensive. And that, man, let's get a smell of that. Let me see. You get in that dip.
Yeah, big old dip in there.
Nice hog
Let's
leg.
move this mic up here too.
Oh yeah, you can hear the juice as well. Be careful with that lid.
Oh, smells like sin.
Let me give it a smell.
It is. It smells like I don't give a fuck about my teeth.
Oh yeah.
Wonder if
Strong
we should
smell.
take a dip. You ever take a dip?
The first time I ever dipped, I broke out in hives, so I don't know.
Killing Jose on a podcast. Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna say you threw up, and
No,
I was like, okay, well let's just do it so that you get buzzed, and I was gonna buzz up too, but
Yeah, one of my buddies, he said, "Here, try." I think I remember his name, Charles. His name was Charles.
dang it, Charles.
He came. He thought, "Try some of this. It's beef jerky." And my dad thought, "Don't do that." I'm like, "It's just beef jerky." He says, "Beef jerky." I did it. Realized it was chew. Oh. Maybe not even 20 minutes later, my whole face was filled
Thank
with
you.
hives.
Building hives.
My dad was
He
all.
said, "Let me fuck up
What
your
did I
whole
tell
day."
you? It did mess up my whole day.
Go to
I
the
didn't do
hospital
nothing.
and stuff, you know. Gosh, how long did you have the hives for?
Oh, just about half of the day. Just took a bunch of Benadryl, drank some Benadryl, and took 2 pills of the Benadryl so I can get that to go away.
Gosh,
Because I was in the bathtub just sitting there itching in cold water, and I'm like, this does not work.
Did you ever hang out with Charles again?
No, I haven't seen Charles in a
Fuck
long
you,
time.
That'd be a lesson, Charles. We see you. You're getting yours, but
Getting jumped out here, dog.
you can get hives. But
You're gonna get hives.
Yeah.
On a side note, you can take like 37 Benadryl and not die.
really?
Yeah.
Found that out. Yeah.
Did you try it?
Yeah, dude, I was in my basement. My grandma was like, "You were down there talking to Leo. Leo wasn't even here." I was like, "Oh, I guess, dude." I just wanted to see what would happen one
You're
time.
tripping.
I was like 16. You know, like when you're young, you're just stupid. I mean, like now I'm just old and stupid, but like, yeah, dude, I had them, and like I used to be big into stuff like that back then. I was like, I'm just gonna take this whole thing of Benadryl, and I did. And then I was like in my basement, like talking to like shadow people and stuff, freaking out. So yeah, don't take too much Benadryl.
Not too much
Just
Benadryl.
some life advice.
I want to go home and try some Benadryl.
No,
man.
no, you're gonna be like freaking out and like freaking out and shit, dude. It's scary.
I do know that it makes you. It does. Makes people pass out and stuff. But do you guys meditate any?
I like that Wim Hof breathing.
Tell me about that. Well, first, do you meditate?
Just mainly in the sauna. When I'm in the sauna, I meditate in there.
Do you know who Wim Hof is?
I don't know.
Can you tell us who Wim Hof is?
He is like an incredible dude. Like he does crazy stuff with breathing techniques. He like ran across the desert with no water. He's like all kinds of world records. Spent like an insane amount of time, like an ungodly amount of time submerged in ice, like it was nothing. Runs barefoot through like blizzards. Dude's crazy. Old dude. You'd look at him and you'd never think like, oh, this guy's like setting world records, but he does.
Dang, that sounds cool.
How does he
But-
do it?
So he uses these different breathing techniques, and I only know one of them, and it's like in through your mouth and then like a short exhale, or no, it's in through your nose and then like a short exhale through your mouth. And you do that like 30 times, and then you hold your breath for a minute, and then you do like a couple sets of that, and each time you try and hold your breath a little bit longer. But like the more you do it, you like almost get like little vibrations and tingles in your body, almost like a buzz. And when I was back in South Carolina, I would climb mountains with my friend Clay. And like we'd go sit up on top of this mountain called Mount Terrapin and do it up there. I almost felt like I was like tripping, like I had done some shrooms or something. I'm just up there like seeing waves and shit, man. But like you feel great afterwards. You just really clear your head, man. And like when you finally get back to breathing normal, you feel fresh and like hard set. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's cool. I might have to look into that stuff.
Go on YouTube, bro. When you get a chance, go on YouTube and look it up. They have like guided ones on there you can follow along with, and like I don't know if you're stressed out and you're having a bad day or something, like you need to take a moment. That's the way to get after it.
Okay.
And like I guess that's the closest thing I've done to meditation.
That's 100% right. Everything. That's what we were gonna do before we did the workout. We were gonna do that guided one by Wim Hof, and he calls it "Get High on Your Own Supply." And what happens is would warm up our lungs, but exactly that fuzzy feeling and these vibrations. Man, you go home, you put your feet above your head, and you follow one of those, and you do it like in a dark room, like no lights in that room, or natural sunlight, or even out in the sun, like on a hammock. Man, you go nuts. So it's absolutely amazing, and it purges the system. And that's like, if you can do it in the sun, if you can get in a spot and do it naked in the sun, like that's why I built that pull-up bar and stuff, and I just hang out naked, because as men, most of our health issues, even as, well, for people, but as men, like there's no such thing as ED. You need to soak your balls in the sun every single day. Be naked in the sun. And it is the most insane thing. And what I like to do is a nappuccino, where you chug a cup of coffee, and like I would just pound that, and you lay down.
Cappuccino.
I took it from 4 different books. Dr. Gregory told me to read a book called Wind by Daniel Pink that's at the Gearing Library. And it's all on these cycles and stuff. But basically, they know when the military is going to have a friendly fire, when they're going to shoot their own guys. They know when a doctor is going to cut off the wrong leg. They know when a CEO is going to say the worst thing on a conference call. And it all boils down to when you woke up. So what happens is, most of the time people will wake up, and I know we're going to talk about fasting here in a little bit, but a lot of times people will wake up and they eat, spikes the blood glucose, and then they start crashing down around lunchtime. They go to work, under fluorescent lights, and they go then they eat lunch, and it spikes the blood glucose. Well, then when they drop, they're going to come back down, and they go into this kind of lull here, and you can completely combat that by chugging a cup of coffee. And then Jocko Wilkins said to put your feet above your head for 20 minutes a day, and then you meditate and you visualize. You can hold your hands different ways. I think you probably saw me in the sauna, like this is like channeling, energies and stuff. You'll see Donald Trump sitting a lot like this.
Yeah.
And any like Andrew Tate and stuff, like they hold their hands certain ways when they talk, because the energy is then going through the whole system. And what happens is you visualize, and you're just seeing your life the way that you want to. And living in that to every single detail. Like, dude, before you got, this is what people don't realize, but when you woke up this morning, you held in your mind a picture of exactly what you're wearing. And then you move towards it, or it actually, quantum physics says it moves towards you. And then as you pick up your shirt, and I'm holding this idea of what I'm going to wear and seeing in this picture in my brain, oh, the shirt's dirty. The picture changes. Okay, I switch it to a different, and then I see that, and I put on the shirt. Next thing you know, like this room, I had to visualize, but I can't visualize the whole thing. I started, how to make a tweak. Oh, the carpet on the walls. I just had carpet on the walls, and then I was like, no, I can't do that. I got to put up these curtains, and then I was like, these curtains are see-through. So then I changed the picture again, and it just constantly evolved. But I couldn't sit here and just reverse engineer this room. And then I was like, oh, I need to put up these, and I need to put up this, and it's insane. Like, even it's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's the same like with my hats. This wasn't how it first started or how that one was. It was different, but I didn't like it because it had too much lettering, too much. You asked someone if they could sew it on, their machine couldn't because they had too many lines or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to change it up, but it's still a vision that I wanted, and you just got to change things here and there to make it great,
Yeah, I love it.
And that's how you make things perspective out of your vision, you make it come out from your visuals that you want things to happen.
Creating.
Yeah.
You create. And that's what, I don't know if you guys know what those signs are there, but they're called the tetragrammaton. And that's God's name. That's in the Hebrew writing in the Bible. Nobody knows how to pronounce it because they didn't use vowels, but it works out to YHWH, and Hebrews read from right to left. We read from left to right. So that's God's name when he says, hey, this is my name. And we pronounce it as Yahweh. But interesting, Rick Rubin, his podcast name is the Tetragrammaton. Well, who is Rick Rubin? I'm sure you've probably seen him with the white beard and, kind of balding and stuff. He's in he works with every single artist from Jay-Z to Adele to ZZ Top, Beastie Boy. Everybody has worked with Rick Rubin.
He's that producer. Isn't he the dude that produced with System of a Down when they did, you know what I'm talking about? Where they went through the book and then they picked a random line to go in the song? That guy, right?
That's Rick Rubin.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff.
So he gets these artists, and he doesn't know how to play music, but he gets these artists in this creative state. That's why he loves Yahweh, because God, Yahweh, has created everything. So that's pretty intense. When you are creating, that's what we're made in God's image. We're made to create. So to create a business, to visualize, and what people don't realize, everywhere that you're in your life right now is because you created it. Everything in your life is because you created it. Even all of the headache, you created it.
Amen to that.
I believe you in that one.
So you can change it by changing the picture. You are where you're at in your life right now because of the mental picture you hold. But we're not just crazy and think, oh, I'm a billionaire. You know, why are you a billionaire? Because you do what billionaires do. So what do billionaires do? Well, you can read from Marcus Aurelius. You can read Benjamin Franklin. You can read, you know, all of these. But this is Dennis Rodman. It's bad.
I knew that guy had a book.
Dennis Rodman, man. This guy, Mike Fata, he's absolutely awesome. I think he's going to be going to Malibu in October. He started a company, grew it to $100 million, and sold it for $419 million.
Should have some walking around money.
Yeah, got some walking around cash. So I think that's absolutely awesome. Everybody should be like, I'm not like, I don't want to wear brands. Like I'm wearing Vans, but it's a little bit different because I love the history with Vans and stuff. But you should never be wearing anybody else's brand unless they're paying you. Like you ain't paying it, I'm not saying it. So
That's good right there.
But there are some things like Wahoo's Taco, Wing Lamb. Shout out to Wing Lamb. Like this is what I've been doing since I was 19. I'd get hats and I would super glue their stickers on there and put them on. And this hat came from Las Vegas, a pizza cake, and then I put Wing Lambs, and I go and I meet Wing in person. After being a fan, I was 16 years old watching MTV, Ryan Sheckler, and he was eating at Wahoo's Taco. And I was like, I skateboard all the time. I want to go to Wahoo's Taco. So I finally get to go at 19. I get a stack of these, and I literally put them on everything. and then I get a meet Wing, and I've had these hats for forever. I get to go meet Wing, and he walks into this huge theater, and we're in Orange County like 6 months ago. And I see him kind of walk in, and everyone's there. He's going to be on stage speaking. And I said, I bought tickets, and I said, hey, I want to volunteer. So they made me be a bartender. I've never been a bartender. And I'm there with my wife and my baby. And I see him walk in, and, you know, everyone's like, oh, he's a celebrity there. Everyone's like that. And I see him look around the room, and then his eyes lock onto my hat, and he's like, what is that? Who made this hat? Well, as we get to talk and stuff and go on, so since then, he's done some huge things with Tony Hawk and like Kelly Slater and all of these extreme athletes, and he's a huge celebrity over in Orange County. But to be able to have that through volunteering, have that access, and now I text him up, you know, send him photos of I took a bunch of photos of my baby and stuff, and had somebody do that with like the shirts that he gave me, and then I went and volunteered with him at USC golf tournament, and he was telling me how to raise money for the zoo here and for bird conservancy and stuff. So just by volunteering, but it's just absolutely, that's why I like this hat. I want it to be a sticker, but I try to go and get somebody to embroider it. Dude, they want like, by the time it's done, this needed to be like a $30 hat. Like there's no profit margin. So like, oh, it's $5 for the thing and then another $25 to embroider it. And I'm like, then I got to buy the hat. I mean, I sell these hats here. These hats are $99.99.
Yeah.
And it's a sticker. It's not even a sticker. I made this with a printer. It's a piece of art. These ones are smaller. This was the first one. They're like, oh, it's too big. So they made them smaller. But you guys have a hat. You know, I know you're rocking your own brand, so you probably won't. So you could do a review. Look at this Alter Hustle.
You rock Alter Hustle.
You're like, this is better than Alter Hustle. This is, but does not say anything, and just have a son, and to build a following that when people see that on a large mass, you can be in New York, somebody sees that, they're like, that's the Jeff effect. And it's kind of a secret society. If you see somebody with that hat, you know dude, this guy's been suffering in the water.
Oh yeah, he's been drowning.
He took a swim.
This guy's a brother.
He's trying to punch sharks.
He's trying to punch sharks. And then the bigger thing of getting these moves down, reading these books. The reason why we read the books and there's solid foundation is because it teaches you the vocabulary so that you can go there and have a conversation. Otherwise, if you show up and you try to go hang out with all these guys and in Malibu, they have a language. There's a vocabulary. How do you understand the language? Because you've read the books. So now you know what they're talking about, and you can sit there in the sauna because you work out in the pool on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then you sauna, and then you cold plunge, and then you sit in the jacuzzi, and that's where all these conversations kind of go down. And then on the other days, you open water swim, and then cold plunge, and normally go for like a hike and stuff. You don't eat anything, and then you go to a company called Sun Life, and you get smoothies that are absolutely amazing. And that's like the first thing that you eat. It's all organic stuff. So it kind of blows my mind. But in order to kind of do that homework, you guys have done the first step here. So I think the next thing would be to film that journey and to take you from the first workout to going through to being in Malibu with the pros and just being like, I think that'd be awesome.
Check this out.
Check this out.
That would be an adventure.
It would be.
Where is Malibu?
It's in California. It's kind of about close to LA.
Maps have always escaped me.
Me too. Me too. That's why I have a logistics room. I got maps in there. So when I go there, I have no idea where I'm at. I'm like, where? Somebody says, "Where's LA?" Now I know because I've been there like so many times. Like, well, it's down here, But if they're like over here, I have no idea where I'm at. I just go.
That's me.
Well, that's what makes it fun too. Sometimes, like when you're going to a place you've never been, you can kind of like end up in random spots on accident and then discover like the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
That randomness. Sometimes it's good for your life, I feel like.
Heck yeah. Tell me about the Buck Snort. What is that? Can you kind of show us that, Brian? What is that? The Buck Snort restaurant?
I'll be honest, I've only been like twice, but my dad got me this shirt for my birthday. I was like, all right. And then I ended up like hooking up with a waitress there. I was like, yeah, I'll wear this shirt. So yeah. It's a little like steakhouse. It's in like Iowa and different parts of Nebraska. I can't remember where all it's at. I've only been a couple times, but good food.
What'd you eat?
A steak.
A steak? Oh, gosh, yeah. How do you order your steak?
Come on, there's one way. There's one way. It has to be moving still. It has to.
Has to be moving.
I'm not going to sit there and eat a well-done steak and chew that same piece for 45 minutes. Like, come on, guy. I got things to do. I can't sit here and chew this rough-ass steak.
You say, I'm hungry. I don't want gum.
Yeah, man, for real.
How do you eat your steak?
I eat mine medium rare.
I like beef jerky.
Yeah? You like it fully cooked now?
With ketchup.
Don't you dare. That cow did not die for you to put ketchup on your steak, man.
Oh,
The
gosh.
disrespect.
I've ate raw meat. Just like I went to a place and they cook it on there and I just ate it raw and it's fine, but I just like beef jerky.
People think you can't eat raw meat. You can't eat raw meat from the grocery store, but if like you go to like a butcher shop, you can't eat raw pork or chicken.
Yeah.
But you can eat like raw beef and like raw deer meat. You can eat that, man. It's just when they get it at the store, it has all that extra crap on it, and then it's not good. It's been sitting on a shelf for how long? You don't know.
Yeah. Jack Cruz did a podcast with Andrew Huberman from like Huberman Labs, and he was on Rick Rubin's podcast. And Dr. Jack Cruz, man, he is like the pinnacle when it comes to sun. And it's like every health issue that humans have, imbalance in our, because we know from Aristotle, balance is what we need, in equilibrium, work-life balance, all this stuff. You need to have that balance. You need to take care of yourself, but you need to be in the sun. So like they can take mice, put them in a laboratory, feed them nothing but sugar water, and the mice that have sunlight, 2 cavities. The mice that don't, 11.
Oy.
So it's like, how is it even affecting? It's pretty intense. But most of people, they get what women get breast cancer and men get colon cancer. Why? Because that part of the body's never in the sun. So there's this whole thing of like, hey, being naked in the sun is wrong and it's weird. And I'm like, no. Most people think, we need to cover our body with this cancer, which is sunscreen. It is cancer-causing substance. We're the only generation of humans that are around like this. This kind of world that we're in now that haven't worshipped the sun. So you got to get out. You got to get out in the sun and soak up. And if you can get naked in the sun, even better. At least 21 minutes a day.
Just don't get caught. They'll give you a
That's
ticket.
why I was like,
You're getting some
they're
trouble
gonna
for
come
that
ask me,
one.
why are you naked? The Jeff effect.
The Jeff effect, baby.
At
guys-
least
you guys don't know
24
nothing about
minutes. If
this.
I go over 24 minutes, you can arrest me.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, let me be.
That's right. And I just work out outside naked. It's insane. But, you know, especially when you're doing like front squats or squats, you're like, what the heck? Most people think it's insane, but
Catch a breeze on the little booty tang.
what's
See, I
crazy
see
is
my
it feels
tank.
good. You're like, I'm not sweating as much. I feel good. My body's regulating. I can go hard. And then you drink just this, and what happens is you start getting the Sherpa strength when you're doing all these pull-ups. I love the fact you jump rope. I feel like jump rope makes you a better dancer. It makes you a way better fighter. It makes you just so much better because your ankles, the way that they work, and you get that rhythm down.
Get your agility on another level with a jump rope.
I used to jump rope every single day, and now I would do double unders, a lot of those, and I would run with the jump rope, and I'd stop, jump rope, run, stop, jump rope. Is my favorite. I jump rope some now, but try to do it barefoot. It's a little,
Doesn't feel the best when you smack your shit, but it does encourage you not to mess up if you're doing it barefoot. You learn fast that way.
Heck yeah, that's how you get the incentives right. So if you were going to be saying something to the kids out there that are maybe thinking, you know, what options do I have? I got to go work for somebody. I got to go get a job. They're looking into the future. What would you tell them about that may be interested in being an entrepreneur?
You kind of do like have to work, but still, when you get out of work, you can't just go and focus on random things like I'm gonna go turn on my Xbox and stuff. Everybody asks me, what do? I tell them I work every day. I'm not off the clock. When I clock out for work, I'm working on my gym brand. I'm looking for clothes, shirts, different cloths, all that stuff. If you want to do something on your own, just know you're not just chilling. You're working. And you are the worker mainly, because not everybody that you're trying to get to rock with you and move your stuff for you won't mainly do it for you. You got to do it yourself. And you got to push real hard to get your brand out there. And, you know, you can sit there, like I tell coworkers about my stuff. Some bought my stuff, some didn't. And, you know, it's just like a effect that you get. You're like, do I just stop this stuff? Or no, it just pushes you that these ain't the right folks that you want rocking your stuff. Go find the right people. The right people have been coming to me, and I ain't even asked nobody, want a hat? Want a hat? Come on, just buy a hat. Just buy a hat. I just rock my stuff. They see how good it looks on me or whatever. It might be the looks, might be just the hat. But I rock it like it's the number one hat out there.
Yeah.
And that's what makes people come to me themselves and say, hey, where'd you get that hat? It's my hat. You like one? $20.
That's right.
Not out here selling $80 hats. They're affordable. And if you like one, hit me up. So I don't got too much anything but a Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook's Jose Urbina. My Instagram's Jose Alter Hustle and Alter Hustle Fitness. So I got a TikTok going too. I don't remember my TikTok name. I think it's Jose's Fat to Fitness Journey. So
We'll put it in the link below.
Yeah.
You guys can check those out in the link below.
try to check my stuff out, and I'm new to all of it. So if they want to try their own stuff, do not have to work for somebody and be an entrepreneur too. They can see that it's not easy. It's pretty difficult. I have times where I'm like, I should stop this, but I got both of you guys wanting to rock my stuff. I got like 4 or 5 other guys ask for my hats, and I'm feeling good about my stuff now. And I was always feeling good about it. Just when you get down, you can't let that hold you down. Like the weight in the water, you gotta let it, hold you, calm yourself. Let that, you can't, like you told me this earlier, you can't fight the water. And just, the calmer you are, the smoother you can get past things. The anger just slows things down. You can crash things, fall off the train tracks, then you gotta re-stack yourself on the train tracks and get it going again. It takes too long.
I love it.
Just be calm with yourself and everything will get rolling slowly. You just can't force it.
I love it. I love it, man. Where can we find you, Shilo?
Bumming around out in the woods somewhere. Shit, I
your
got an
Instagrams
Instagram, but I mean, it's just me just climbing trees and acting a fool out in the forest. So I don't know.
We'll follow you. You guys got to go and follow Shanti as well, and see. She'll give you some pretty big insights into the sun. Yeah, man. I think I love what your brand stands for. When I saw that lion on there, I was like, I need that hat because all the zoo stuff. And then, as you can tell, black and white is just like everything.
Stands out, man. Stands
Man,
out.
I love those zebras. At the zoo, flies don't land on zebras because they don't like to land on striped things, and it's just so it cuts down a lot of other issues because then they're not getting bit by flies, so they don't have a lot of like diseases and stuff. And I just love the black and white, and I don't know. I've ever since I was a kid, I just love it. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh man, I need to have that." And then when I got it, I was like, "Oh, that's a nice hat." And it even made me. I asked you, I hit you up. I was like, "Oh, where can I make one of those?" And Alibaba was intense. I wasn't sure what was going on.
I've had a couple buddies. They want to do their own too. They're like, I want to start this. I want to start that.
Yeah.
And they seen me getting a move on it.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't buy a hat, but they kept asking, "How'd you do it? How'd you do it?" But they were scared to make the move. Well, did the money go through? You got to be scared and do things. If not, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I bought 30 hats, and I told them, you can't be scared. You just got to make the move. Yeah, you're talking to people out in another country or whatever, but they're willing to help more than someone in your hometown. You ask them, "Can you brand my hat for me?" Like you said, $30 to put that on. So if I buy 50 hats, still I could drop $2. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How are we gonna get anywhere with each other if you can't help?
I love that.
And we gotta help each other. If you ain't gonna help me, Alibaba's gonna help me.
I love Jack Ma. Jack Ma is the CEO of Alibaba. He started Alibaba and brought it up to what it is. So, absolutely love that. Well, I think with that, man, I'm excited. We need to get our gear. We need to go out to the country club, and we need to go. We got a table. We go get a table out there, and we'll sit down, and we just talk amongst ourselves about making these plans. I'll show you guys Malibu. We can look at a house, an Airbnb. And stuff. I think if you take some of your hats out there, try it. I haven't, but the amount of knowledge that you can get, it'll be once you put it into effect, you'll know, is it expensive? I mean, a $17 book, it's not an expensive book, or it's going to be very, very cheap or unexpensive. Like once you put it to work and you're like, dude, because of this book, I can track it down and I made $1 million. So it wasn't expensive. It's an investment in yourself. Knowledge is one of the best investments that you can go. Like before we hopped in the pool this morning, I didn't know you were there. Otherwise, like we read Marcus Aurelius and Ben Franklin. So it's kind of like you can stand on the shoulders of giants. They've already done it. And with today's day and age, dude, you can just YouTube. You can just be like, how do I do this? How do I do that? Boom. And they show you how to edit stuff. You just have to put in. I love what you said about there is no, like when you get off of work, and that's the thing. You got to sprint for a while. Like until you go work for somebody, and then when you're done, you go and you study and you go work, you build your own brand, you do all of this other stuff, and everyone else might be over at the bar, literally right over here, sitting in that cage, smoking over there, and I watch them, and I'm just here like I don't even know it's Saturday. I'm in the office. This is work. Everything I do is for a goal and a purpose. Those pool workouts, it's for work. It's for mental clarity. It's mental toughness. It builds that resilience so that when anything kind of comes across your plate, you're like, dude, I've already went and done all this other crazy stuff. I can get over this. I can accomplish that. So I love that. What do you think, Shilo?
Oh man, I'm still stuck on the zebras. I was wondering what they taste like. I was thinking about that, but no, that's cool, man. And like you were talking about, like people don't want to pay $17 for a book, but you'll go to the bar and drop $100 on shots. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you really putting your money towards? Like $17 for a book? Come on, guy. Come on.
It's the way to go, dude. And it's man, I absolutely love it. Just the whole journey, the whole process. And I'm glad that I found some people here that are on the same path. And I think by you guys doing it, you can sit there and tell somebody, oh, this is what we should do, and these are the effects. But when they watch you do it, you guys are going to inspire those around you, especially kids. They're just watching. you're speaking volumes. You're showing them the way to do it. So with that, I think we're done. I think we're done with the podcast.
Okay, cool. Cause I gotta pee really bad.
Oh, he got to drain.
Okay, ready,
He has to drain.
Drain the main vein. All right, 1, 2.